Hello everyone, welcome to Jets Fan TV, your number one place for Jets fans to talk all things Newcastle Jets. Today's topic is, it's just 1 week on. Well, I just felt like going live. I'm going to be completely honest, I just felt like going live. So we're just going to talk about a bunch of things today, not anything specific. I should probably change this video caption actually right here. Let me just go. Oh. Where is this? Live. Okay. Alright. That would do. We feeling it? It's pretty much been 24 hours. Well, it has been 24 hours since the kickoff of our game. It's currently 7:30 my time. So how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Talking Ali, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Set up here, different sort of overlay. I felt like I needed to change it, so I've done that. It's a little bit different. It's not a heap different, but it's a bit different. I just felt like we needed to be a bit more unique. We do actually have more to it. Where is it? There it is. And I'll put in that. We do have more there, so that will be there. If we have like predicted 11s or anything like that. I was planning on putting the chat there, but it wasn't working, so I just left that alone. But yes, if you got anything, any questions or anything, put it in the chat. So I suppose my main question is, how are you feeling? I'm feeling, I'm feeling great. I'm very excited for this F3 derby, especially considering that Mark Jackson has departed the Mariners. If you haven't heard the news, I don't know where you've been, but if you haven't heard the news, Mark Jackson yesterday departed the Mariners. There was news on Thursday. Maybe from Monte. I can't exactly remember what the journalist was. That there was links that Buriram United were interested in him, and then he was being linked to Buriram United on Thursday. Then literally yesterday, the day after, Mariners announced that he has departed for an overseas opportunity. So to me, he's got Buriram United job. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I don't think you can. I don't think Mariners fans will be too annoyed with that. Like, in terms of, I don't think you can fault Mark Jackson for doing that. But at the same time, it puts Mariners in a bad position. And I was confident enough as it was before that happened. I'm in a much more comfortable position and confident. I've never been so confident for an F3 derby in my entire time supporting the Jets. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. New Jets football, welcome in. Says still buzzing from last Saturday. Yeah, so am I. I can't wait for this season. I can't wait. And hopefully we can finish top 6 and build next season and win more trophies. There's a hope. So I've gone completely mind blank. I was going to say something, now I've gone completely mind blank. Yes, the Mark Jackson. So I'm interested to see who Mariners hire as the new head coach. I think it's going to be very interesting. been so confident for an FT derby. I've got to be completely honest. And well, yeah, I'm still I'm still buzzing from last Saturday, and I will be for a long time because it's probably one of the best nights of my life. But now from probably Wednesday, I'm still like happy about the win, but I've been focused in on the FT derby. Let's go take over Gosford. Yeah, I've been sort of laser focused on that. Newcastle football says ripping into some trailers, mate. Yes, I have been. Didn't realise they were still there. Yeah, I've been eating them earlier today. Should probably put them away, but anyway. So, is there anything else? Well, I wouldn't actually talk about. I haven't talked about it this week. There's been a lot of scholarship deals being signed at Jets. I can't see the name of them off the top of my head. I'll miss some or get some of them wrong, but there has been a lot of scholarship deals being signed, which is good to see. Obviously, I think Berticello signed one. I think Max Cooper signed one. God, I don't actually fully remember, but I think there was a lot of them. That I think probably at least 5 that were signed in like a week period. A week and a half leading into the Australia Cup final. So it's good. It's good to see these youngsters getting an opportunity under Mark Milligan, and I'm sure they'll keep getting more opportunities during the A-League season. And I'm really sure that we're going to have at least 3 of these young players, so under 21 players, let's say, in the squad right now. I think at least 3 of them are going to be like main players in the squad this season. I think Max Cooper could be. I think Berticello could be. I think he'll probably drop back under Taylor, but I still think he's going to be playing a lot and important. And Battleardo, he's obviously going to be really important. I think probably the most important of them all because he's playing for the young Socceroos, and I think he'll be starting most weeks in the A-League, which would be good to see. Hopefully he can make the actual Socceroos squad. Yeah. But yeah, to get back onto the topic of how we're still feeling from last Saturday, it's I'll never get over that, and I'll never forget the feeling. I'll never forget what I was doing. I'll never forget what I was doing when Heidelberg scored that goal. How I reacted. I'll never forget how I reacted to Burgess's goal, then Fryer's goal, and then Gibson's goal. I'll never forget any of that. It is memories that will live with me forever. And I didn't even go down to the game, but I'm still always going to remember all of that. And you know what? I've been so excited for this F3 derby, going down to Central Coast and hearing all the chants. You know, like the chants like "We are champions." You know, all that. I can't wait. I've been so excited for that. Yeah, I've been waiting for that since Saturday, so I can't wait for that. But let's hopefully we can get good numbers going down to the Central Coast. Obviously, we haven't been as successful in the FD Derby over the last few years, but we have been, the last time out, we beat them 6-0, great occasion. Hopefully we can have another result like that. I'm not expecting a result like that. I think it's a good possibility, if I'm being honest. I don't think we've ever had a better chance to win the FD Derby since the 2017-18 season, maybe 2018-19. I can't actually remember what Mariners were like then. But yeah, I don't think we've ever had a better opportunity to beat the Mariners, and I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't end up. Pardon me. I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't end up winning, because I think we're coming into strong favours, very strong favours. Mariners haven't had a very good off season. They've had a lot of uncertainty around the ownership, and a lot of uncertainty about that, and that in terms of transfers, I don't think they've had the best transfer window either. And then to top all that off, after having a bad season last season, the head coach Mark Jackson, who got a historic season in his first season and win the treble, which no Mariners fan will ever forget. And I think he's going to get a lot of credit for that. Like, I don't like Mariners. I've never liked Mariners, but I'll put my hands up and I'll clap and acknowledge that achievement. It's an incredible achievement to win 3 trophies in one season. It was incredible, and I don't think Mariners fans will ever forget that. But yeah, so off season for Mariners, to make it even worse, their head coaches. My mic keeps cutting out. Sorry. But yeah, like a week before, a week before the A-League season starts, a week before the FD Derby, the head coach is left. I just think we've never had a better opportunity in terms of we're the much better side right now. The last time we versed them, we won 6-0. If we seriously, if we don't win, I'm going to be so annoyed and so disappointed. But yes, we will be doing a preview for that later on in the week sometime. We do have a guest planned for that, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. We will be doing that. I really should probably change this question. Where will we finish? I mean, I guess we can leave it up until the season starts. I mean, if you have any predictions, where do you think we will finish? Do you think we'll finish top 6? Are you confident? Are you more confident? I guess my question is, are you more confident now that we'll finish top 6 than before the Australia Cup final? Or do you still feel the same? Whether if you think we're not going to make it still, or maybe you've always felt pretty comfortable we're going to make top 6. Get your thoughts down below. I think if you haven't watched my video, I did a video earlier in the week changing my predictions. So I did my A-League season predictions for the Jets, and I did another one earlier in the week because I changed my prediction. So basically, before the Australia Cup final, my prediction was 7th, and the reason for that was I said we're going to have a good season, but I felt like there was going to be a period in the season where we struggled, and we really struggled for form, and not for a big part of the season, only for maybe a month or so, month and a half. And I just felt like mostly it'd be more consistent overall, mostly for most of the season, but there'd just be a little period where we fall off. I don't feel like that's going to happen now. I don't know. Maybe that's just emotions from winning your Australia Cup. I don't know, but I feel like we've got the squad. And one of the things I said in my video I did earlier in the week was, in the Australia Cup final, we had Adams missing, we had Cooper missing, who have both, and Battleato missing, who have all been big parts of the Australia Cup run, making it to the final. All of them were out. Plus, he had Clayton Taylor still not there, who he's been out for the whole Australia Cup, but he's an important player. Let's not forget that. So we had 4 important key players out, attacking players as well. All of them are, well, not Max Cooper, I guess, but 3 out of the 4 of them being attacking players against a side that doesn't concede goals. They hadn't conceded a goal in any of the finals round games, whatever you call them, in the Australia Cup. They'd only conceded 1 in the entire tournament. So missing all those crucial players, I still felt like we were going to win. But, well, to be fair, I didn't know that we were going to be missing Battleato and Adams and Cooper, to be fair. I didn't know we were missing any of them. Well, apart from Battleato, I didn't know that. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, yeah. We scored 3 goals without those players. And we beat a very good Heidelberg side without those 4 players. But also on top of that, going into extra time, we didn't have Cameron. Why am I saying? Sorry, I've just been watching Socceroos earlier. We didn't have Max Burgess, Kota Mizunuma, Lockie Rose on the pitch at that time. Our 3 most experienced, you can say, best attackers in terms of experience and stuff on the pitch, and our most the experienced players in cup finals. Kota Mizunuma is one somewhere in Asia. I can't remember where now, but somewhere in Asia he won one of the cups. Max Burgess, I believe, has won one with Sydney. I believe he was probably in the squad when Sydney won it a couple of years ago. And Lockie Rose was in both of the MacArthur squads that won the Australia Cup. So all 3 of those players had cup experience, and I would have expected all 3 of them to stay on the pitch. And none of them were there for extra time. So that had me worried. But we scored 2 goals in extra time without those 3 players, on top of Adams, Battleato, Taylor. So that's our 6 most important attackers out. Well, in terms of like if you take out the youth players. And we were still able to score 3 goals against Heidelberg. So when you think about it, if we can score 2 goals against a Heidelberg side, the best defensive team in the cup, didn't concede a goal before, and with 6 of our main attackers out, then imagine what we can do with all those players in, with Adams, with Kota, with Rose, with Taylor, with Battleato, if I haven't said him already, with all of them. Imagine what we can do with those players, and that's what gets me excited for this A-League season. I think it's going to be a lot of goals. Just hopefully we can hold up defensively. We still have a young defence. We still got, Max Cooper. If he's going to be starting games, he's still really young. Let's not forget, he's still a teenager. I think maybe we can forget that with how good he's been, but he's still a teenager. He's going to make mistakes somewhere down the line. He's going to make a mistake, unless he's superhuman, but he's going to make a mistake somewhere down the line. So, got to be patient with him. Mark Natter, he's still decently young. I know he's had a few years in the A-League now, but he's still young. So, yeah, we still got a young defence. Wilming, I believe is still pretty young. Or is he 20? No, he might be mid-20s, actually. I don't know. But you got Nkomo and Bracco for the fullback positions. I know they're not going to be starting, but coming off the bench. So, yeah, our defence is still young. Dalianov, I'm still not convinced on as well. So, that's going to be the biggest test. I don't think we're going to have a problem attacking-wise, especially with the style of football. But my biggest worry is defensively. And that actually, that brings up a point with our style of football. Playing at the back, we are so shaky. And that really makes me nervous. In a cup final where I'm already on the edge and I'm already... Like when we were 1-0 down, in the first 10 minutes, and we're still playing at the back, and Delinov nearly cost us a couple of goals. And I can't tell you how fucking nervous I was, and I thought he cost us one of the times, Wilmy included, off the line. I was nearly gonna absolutely lose my shit. And it makes me so nervous. If we play like that in the cup final, we're gonna play like that during the A-League, and that will cost us goals eventually. And I know it hasn't done yet, as far as I can remember, in this Australia Cup. Maybe it did against Adelaide. Was their goal? I can't actually remember, but that does worry me. But I just think we've got enough quality in the attack, and I don't think we're going to make that many mistakes. I still think we're going to be good enough to get top 6, look, maybe I'm expecting too much, but I'm almost expecting top 6 at this point. With what I've seen in the Australia Cup and seeing the players that we're missing for the final, it just makes me so excited for the A-League season, and so that I'm almost sort of expecting top 6, and I'm going to be really disappointed if we don't get it. And maybe that's expecting too much. I don't know. It probably is, to be fair, but I don't think I think I have a right to do it because of what I've seen in the Australia Cup. And I know success in the Australia Cup doesn't always lead to success in the A-League. But in this case, and that was one of the reasons why I had a 7th before the cup final, because it doesn't always mean success. And I was always I can't think of the word, like laid back on that, because I always had that feeling that just because we'd done well in the Australia Cup and made the final didn't mean we're going to do well in the A-League. I always felt that way before the final, but after what I've seen in the final, and like I said, maybe it's just emotions. Maybe I'm still that excited from last week that maybe that's what it is, but I just get this feeling that we're going to be such a good side this year, and we're going to have such a good season. I really do hope we do. No, I'm not expecting to do much in finals. I don't care if we make it past the first one. That's brilliant. I'm not expecting to make a grand final. I'm not even expecting to make semi-finals. If we just make 6th and get knocked out in the first round, I don't care. Winning the Australia Cup, finishing 6th, is a great season. A great season. If you gave that to me a couple of years ago, I'd happily take that. So yes, I'm going to take that. If we can finish 6th, I don't care if we get knocked out in the first round in the finals, as long as we get top 6. That's the main thing, isn't it? And then build on that for next season, and then we can talk about pushing into finals and actually pushing for a grand final spot. Now, look, I will say this now, and because I know how I work. If we do finish 6th, I know when we get to that point, I will be saying we're gonna make a grand final. We're gonna this and that. Oh, we might actually make a good push, and I probably will feel that way. But I'm gonna be realistic. I suppose maybe we finish first this season. My mic keeps cutting out, sorry. But yes, that's why I predict us to finish in 5th. And I think that's a very good season if we do. So yeah, get your predictions down below. What do you think? Where do you think we'll finish? I think that's it for me. I didn't really have a plan when I was going live. I just really felt like going live, so I'm going to be completely honest about that. And I wanted to try out this new overlay, this new layout on on the stream, and I think I'm happy with it. I wanted to make sure I was fully happy with it before, see if I wanted to make any last minute changes. I actually think let me know down below. What do you think of it? Do you like this new setup, or do you like the old one? I think this one's good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. But that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this content, if you're a Jets fan and you want a community, but our goal here is to build a community for Jets fans to talk all things Newcastle Jets. So make sure you join, subscribe if you want to join and talk all things Newcastle Jets. Until the next one.